Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Fallen Leaves by Sudoku, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply. That is, each row, column, and 3 by 3 region has to contain the digits from 1 through 9 once each. We have killer cages, where digits in a cage must sum to the clue in the top left. So for example, these 3 digits must add up to 9. These 2 digits must add up to 15. These 3 digits must add up to 10. So as an example, if this were, say, a 6, this would have to be a 9, because these 2 digits must add up to 15. And that's an example of how killer cages work. We also have German whispers, where adjacent digits on a green line must have a difference of at least 5. And I like to call them whisper 5 lines, but that's just because I didn't come up with it. It makes a lot of sense to me because it's extensible. You could have whisper 3 lines, whisper 2 lines, whisper 8 lines, whatever strikes your fancy. That's the only reason why I choose to call them that. And I mean, it is what it is. You can call it German whisper lines too. That's fine. I just have gotten into a habit of calling them whisper 5 lines now. So, if you hear me say whisper 5, that's what I mean. I mean German whisper lines too. That's exactly. So those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, these are both high digits. So on a whisper 5 line, you're going to have high and low digits, which are the high digits are 6 through 9, the low digits are 1 through 4. And the reason why you want to divide whisper 5 lines into lows and highs, is because you'll always alternate between a low digit and a high digit on a whisper 5 line. You cannot have a 5, because if you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, none of which are normal Sudoku digits. But if you have a low digit on a whisper 5 line, that's 1 through 4, what digits can be next to it? 1 can be next to 6 through 9, 2 can be next to 7 through 9, 3 can be next to 8 or 9, and 4 can be next to only 9, which are all high digits. So next to a low digit, you must have a high digit. And it works the same way for the high digits, right? High digits can be only next to low digits on a whisper 5 line. So I like to color things so that you can sort of see what digits can be where, right? So this is 6 through 9 here. To add up to 9, the highest digit you can have is 1 through 6. Right? Sorry, the highest digit you can have is 6. And the reason why you know that is because for 3 unique digits, I should say that. For 3 unique digits, the highest digit you can have adding up to 9 would be 6. And that's 1, 2, which are the smallest digits, and 6, right? That adds up to 9. If you have a higher digit, 7, 1, and 2 adds up to 10, so that's not possible. So these are guaranteed to be 1 through 6. Well, again, like I said, on a whisper 5 line, you're guaranteed amongst 2 digits, you have one must be low and the other one must be high. Because again, next to a low digit, you'll always have a high digit, and next to a high digit, you'll always have a low digit. So one of these is guaranteed to be a low digit, which is 1 through 4. Well, since we have 1 through 6 here and 1 through 6 here, that means one of these digits must be 5 and one of these must be 6, right? Because we have 6 cells which require the digits 1 through 6. This must be a low, and so it has to be 1 through 4. And we have to have a 5 and a 6 remaining. Only one of these, so you can't have both 5 and 6 in the same cage. So one of them has to be 6 and one of them has to be 5, which means it's either 126 or 135, adding up to 9. So therefore cannot be 4 here. Where is the 4 then in row 1? It has to be one of these two cells, which means it must be next to a 9 on the Whisper 5 line. So this is 4, 9 as a pair. To add up to 10 with 3 unique digits, you have to have it. You have the digit highest at most is 7, right? 1, 2, and 8 adds up to 11, but 1, 2, 7 adds up to 10. Well, we know we can't have 1 through 6 remaining in row 1, so this cannot be 1 through 6. It has to be then 7, which is next to 1 and 2. So this 7 eliminates 7 and 8 as the pair, adding up to 6 and 9 here. This can't be 1 or 2. So the remaining digits in column 9 are 3, 4, 5, and 8. Well, 8, again, cannot add up with 2 unique digits to add up to 10. So this is 3, 4, 5. This has to be 3, 4, 5, 8. This is 3, 4, 5, 8. To add up to 10 here, it's either 1, 4, 5, or it's 2, 3, 5. So either way, we're guaranteed a 5 here. So this cannot have a 5 in the rest of the column. This 1, 2 pair eliminates 1 and 2 here. So if this were 1, 2, and 6, the 6 would have to be here. So this can't be 6 here. There's a guaranteed low here. So it must be 3 or 4, which would have to be with 8 or 9 only. We're not sure which one. Okay. 5 is here. What else do we have? Oh, where is 8 in row 1? It has to be here. So this is 8, which eliminates 8 being here. Therefore, we're guaranteed this has to be a 9 next to the 3 or 4. That's going to be next to it. 8 cannot be any of these digits. Or here. This cannot be 1, 2, and 7, because that would eliminate all possibilities for this cell. So this has to be 1 through 6 here. And we have, this is 1 through 6 here. So again, you cannot have okay, so we are guaranteed a 5 or 6 here. We're guaranteed a 5 or 6 here. Therefore, this cannot be 5 or 6, because if this were 6, that would force this to have a 5 or a 6. If this is 5 or 6, the other one could not be here, because that would add up to greater than 9. And we are guaranteed one of these is 5 or 6, because this cannot be in both of these cells. So this also can only have 1 out of 5 or 6, or 4, 5, or 6. This can only have also 1 out of 4, 5, or 6. So this must have a 4, 5, or 6 there. So this is 1, 2, or 3. This is guaranteed to be 4, 5, or 6, and this is guaranteed to be 4, 5, or 6. So we have a 1 through 6 sextuplet in column 1. So this is 7, 8, 9 now. This cannot be 9 because of 9 in the row. So this is 7 or 8 here. The 4 that's on this Whisper 5 line has to be next to 2 9s. So if this is 4, both of these are 9. If this is 4, both of these are 9. So you're guaranteed one of these two digits is a 9. We know this has to be 1, 2, 6 or 1 through 5, so this cannot be 1. This is 1, 2, 6 or 1 through 5. So this has to be a 1 here. The 1 here means this can't be 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5, so it has to be 2, 3, 4. So this is a 2, 3, 4 triplet, which eliminates 2, 3, 4 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this is 5 or 6. Therefore, this cannot be 5 or 6. But we don't know what this is. It could be 1, 3, 6, 2, 3, 5, 1, 4, 5. And I think those are the possibilities. Because it can't be 1, 2, 7 here, because that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. Right, so this is 1, which means this can't be 1. This is 2, which makes this 1. 1 has to be one of those two. So you cannot have 1 ever along this Whisper 5 line. You could have 2. So that means 6 can never be on this Whisper 5 line, because 6 can only be next to 1. Therefore, the high digit here has to be 7 or 8. And it can be with 2 or 3. Because it can't be 9. Can't be 6 because 6 can only be next to 1. So this is 7, 8 next to 2 or 3 here. Okay. That means the rest of row 3 cannot contain 7 or 8 or 9 or 1. So that means it must be 2 through 6. Okay. Is that helpful? I don't know. We have a low digit here. Because again, you can't have 5 and 6 here, because if you have 5 and 6 here, you have 5 and 6 here, and that adds up to 11 then already. So these are low, one of these is low, and this is low, which eliminates lows in the rest of the row, so this can't be low, this is 5. This can't be 5, so this is 6, which means this can't be 6, this is 5 and 3, which means this can't be 3 or 5, that's 6 with 2 and 1 here. This must be 1 and 3. Sorry, yeah, 1 and 3 adding up to 10. So that eliminates 3 in the rest of the box, and 1 and 3 in the row. So this can't be 1. This is 2. So this is 2, 5, and 3 adding up to 10. So this cannot be 3 here. There's no 3 here. This is then, again, a 4, which must be next to a 9 on the Whisper 5 line. So this must be a 7, 8 pair left again. 3 is one of these two. We don't know which. This 3 eliminates 3 here. So this is 1, which makes this 3. This also has to have a low digit. And it cannot be 3 or 1. It has to be 2 or 4 here. So we have one of these is 2 or 4, and this is 2 or 4, which eliminates 2 and 4 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 4. This is 8. This can't be 8. It's 4. That's interesting. So you have a guaranteed 2 or 4 here. It could be with 7 or 9 to be consecutive, or to be next to it on the Whisper 5 line. 6 has to be one of these two digits. But if 6 were here, it would be next to a 4 or 9, which is not 5 away. So this can't be 6. So this must be 6 here. And the reason why we know that is 6 can't be here because of 6 in the box. 6 can't be here because of the 6, 9 pair in the box. So this must be 6 here. One of these is low. We're not sure which. One of these is low, and... Okay, so 4 cannot be here. So we must have 1 as one of these digits here. because if 1 is not one of these digits, you can't have 4 in either one. Well, no, you can't have 4 here. If this is 4, that forces both of these to be 9, and then that would be 4, which is not possible. So one of these is guaranteed to be 1. 8 has to be one of these 3. That's not too helpful. This is 3 and 5. That eliminates 3 and 5 in the rest of the box. If these are low, it's 2 and 4, and this must be 9. If these are high, we have 9 with 7 or 8, and that can't be 1, 2, or 3, so that doesn't work. So therefore, this must be high. This is 9 with 4, which makes this 9. And this must be low. So this is 2, which is with 7 or 8, which makes this low. It cannot be 1 or 2 because of the 1, 2 pair in the box, so this is 3. So that forces this to be 8, to be 5 or more away from 3. That means this can't be 2 or 3 here because of 2 or 3 in the box here, and this can't be 2. So that leaves a 4, 5, 6 triplet, which eliminates 4, 5, 6 in the rest of the row. So this is a 3, 9 pair. Okay. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 7, which eliminates 7 in the rest of the column. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 6, which means this can't be 6 here. This is 4, 5 pair. That leaves the remaining digit in box, this upper left-hand box, as an 8. So this cannot be 4 here. And it cannot be 2. So this has to be 7 or 9, which is a high, which makes this a low next to it, 2 or 4. So this must be low. It can't be 2 or 4 or 3. So this has to be a 1. 1 could be next to 7, 8, or 9. Cannot be 8. So this is 7, 9 also. And then this digit has to be a low. Cannot be 3, 4, or 1. It has to be 2. So that eliminates 2 from the rest of the box. So this is a 3, 4 pair. 2 eliminates 2 from the rest of the column. So this can't be 2. That's 4, which makes this 2. 4 can only be next to 9 on a Whisper 5 line. So this is 9, which eliminates 9 here. So it's 8 and 9. It also eliminates 9 here. So it's 7. Remaining digits in row, well, in this upper right-hand box, it's 4 and 5. Remaining digits in row 2, then, are 6 and 7. Okay. 8 here eliminates 8 here, so this is 7, which makes this 8. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 6 and 7. Remaining digits in this lower left-hand box are 5 and 7. 7 cannot be here because of 7 in the column, so this is 5, which makes this 7. Remaining digit in column 3, then, is a 6. Remaining digits in column 2, we have 5 and 8. So either of these can be 5 or 8. Okay. What are the remaining digits in this lower right-hand box? We have 1, 4, 7, 9. 4 obviously can't, this can't be 4 or 9, so this is 1 or 7. If this is low, it would be next to 7 or 9, so it would have to be 1. If it's high, it would have to be next to 4 and 1 here. So this would have to be 9. So this is 1 or 9 here. 3, if this were 3 here, this would have to be 8 or 9. And it cannot be 9 because of 9 in the row. If this is 9, it would have to be 1 or 3 here, which could be any of them. Remaining digits in column 4 are 1 through 5. No 2, 4 here. No 2, 4 here. No 3, 5 here. Okay. Hmm. Remaining digits in row 7 are 1, 3, 5, and 7. So we're guaranteed. So 5 can't be on the Whisper 5 line. 7 is the only high digit possible in these two cells. And it can't be here. So this is 1 or 3. 1 or 3 is guaranteed to be next to a low digit. Low digit has to be next to a high digit. So this is 7, which means this can't be 3. That's 1. And 7 is next to 1 out of 1 or 9. 1 has to be next to 9 here, which makes this 4, which makes this 9. So this cannot be 1, 7, or 9. It's 4. 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of the column, so it's 5 and 4 there. 9 eliminates 9 in the rest of the column, so it's 3 and 9 here. So this can't be 1 or 7. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. It can't be 4, so it's 2. That eliminates 2 in the rest of the column. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row. 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the column, so this is 2, which makes this 1. 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of the column, so it's 5 and 4. This has to be a high digit and cannot be 9, so it's 8. That leaves this as a low digit. It could be 1 or 2. And this is 1 or 2, but this can't be 1 because of 1 in the row, so this is 2, and that's 1, which has to be next. It has to be next to a high digit. We can't have 6, 8, or 9, so this is 7. So 1 eliminates 1 here. Where is the 1 in column 4? It has to be here. So this is 1. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 5 and 3. That means this can't be 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 1s. We have 8 2s. We know where the last 2 has to be. It has to be there. 3s. Okay, let's just do column by column. Remaining digit, or rows. The remaining digit here is a 6. So this is 6. Remaining digit in column 5 is 6 and 7. And this can't be 6 because of 6 in the row. So this is 7. This is 6. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 9 and 6. Remaining digits of row 4. We have 3 and 5. And this can't be 5 because of 5 in the column. So this is 3, which makes this 5. That leaves a 3 in column 8. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 4 and 3. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 5 and 4. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 8 and 5, which leaves this as a 9 and this as an 8. And that's how you solve it. A little tricky, actually, for a very easy puzzle. I think I would rate this difficulty as easy. I mean, the logic behind this isn't that bad. But it's not something that you could just pick up if you haven't done these sort of puzzles. If you haven't done, like, Killer Cage puzzles before. Right? I don't know. It's interesting to figure these out. I liked how it interacted. It was very cool. I just don't think I would put it as very easy, that's all. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.